How's it going, everybody? I'm Marshall. Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. Today we're going to talk about the Aggies' first loss of the season. It was a tough one on the road against Dayton. So they're 1-1 on the road, 2-0 at home, 3-1 overall. They have a game tomorrow against UNLV. They're in Las Vegas currently. I actually saw some of the guys post about it, which is great. Las Vegas is fun. I'm sure they're having a fun time, but hopefully they don't have too much fun to the point where they forget about the game and they don't play well. I'm going to talk about the second half struggles for the Aggies on Wednesday. Today is Friday. So I'll get this video out tomorrow, the same day that they play. Then hopefully get that UNL video out soon after that. Let's get into it. First things first, once again, this is going to be a trend. Talk about the starting lineup. The exact same starting lineup as it has been the past couple games. Wouldn't be surprised, like I said last video, if this is the starting lineup for the rest of the season. I think it's actually the best starting lineup we could have, possibly. Obviously, if injuries happen, knock on wood, hopefully they don't. I think this is, definitely the starting lineup that we'll go with. Again, I think Deontay, has started the past couple years at Cal State Northridge in the Big West Conference. Definitely a starting caliber player. He's played very well at home, hasn't been as great on the road. Let's see how our guys are. I'm just glad that we already have a road win, even though it was against that not so great Utah Tech team. Still great to have at least one road win, better than having two road losses. And I'm really happy that we started off the season 3-0. Got those 3 wins, which were 3 wins I was thinking that we could possibly get. We got all 3 of them, and it's a good thing we got them, because if we would have lost any one of those, we'd be 2-2 now and have a chance to, unfortunately, have a losing record after tomorrow's game if we were to lose that. But thankfully, we're 3-1, and even if we lose tomorrow, we're still 3-2. We're playing against Pepperdine after that, who I think is a team we can beat. I also think UNLV is a team we can beat. Apparently, we haven't lost them before, and I know we beat them the year they won the championship. I can't remember what year it was exactly, but we beat them here at the Pan American Center, literally a 2-minute walk from my place. They're 23-1. UNLV, our only loss was to us. And I can't remember what, how far we went in the tournament that year, but I'm pretty sure they made the tournament, lost the first round, the Aggies. Nonetheless, it should be a fun game. We're definitely not favored to win that game. UNLV is a really good dominant school, and they're favored to beat us. But I think we have a great chance of beating them than we did against Dayton. Dayton's gonna be a team that's like a Sweet 16 team. But obviously, this video is about the Dayton game, but also since the game's tomorrow. I know I'm making this video a little bit later, just really busy. It's Thanksgiving break. I'm staying here for Thanksgiving, so gonna have a chance to get the videos out quicker since I have nothing else going on. The free throws overall were better for the Aggies. Robert and Peter, who have struggled making free throws. I don't think they had a free throw made up until this point, but they only shot like 2 or 3. They finally started making theirs. I believe the team shot in the 60-70% range, which is a lot better than what it was prior. Hopefully just continue to get that up. A little disappointed in Zadie. He didn't have his greatest game, but everyone's gonna have their off nights. He had like 8 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, but had a couple steals. We started off kind of high. I think we were like 7-9-3 or something like that. And it was like, what was it? Yeah, it was 7-3. And then at halftime, we were only down by 1. Second half, we got our asses whooped. I think we got down by almost 30 at one point. I think we were down by 29 at the most. Towards the end, we made the score look a little bit better because Dayton put in their bench guys. I think they had like 2 free throws. Shot better free throws than us, honestly. But the last 5 minutes, Gabe was in the game for a little bit. It was good to see Gabe in there, even though it was meaningless minutes and garbage time minutes. He's still going to be the future of our program as the point guard position. And he had 3 assists in just 5 minutes, so his assist-to-minute ratio is pretty high. Most of them were to Robert or to Peter. Peter had his best game of the season. There wasn't too many great things to come out of that game, other than Peter having his best game. He had 15 points and 7 rebounds. Robert had one of his better games, 14 points and 9 rebounds. Both those guys had near double-doubles. Christian Cook had 9 points in the first half, didn't score in the second half. I believe Jaden hit 3, and then Deontay had a layup. But those guys didn't do much scoring-wise for us. Again, they're better at home. That's just what you expect. That's most our teams here at NMSU are in general. I know I said I think the starting lineup that's been recently is going to continue to be the same starting lineup, but wouldn't be surprised if Peter, cracks the starting lineup eventually. Again, if there's ever injuries or just if coach ever wants to switch something up, there's always a possibility. If I had to guess for tomorrow's game against UNLV, it'll be the same starting lineup of Zadie, Christian, Carl, Robert, and Emmanuel. Biggest thing is foul trouble too. Speaking of Emmanuel, Nate, and Edward, all those guys foul trouble like crazy, and a lot of them, I think the refs are just not on our side at all any of these games, but some of them are fouls and. We got to stay out of foul trouble. Another thing too, the 3 guys I named are post. None of them scored last game. That's something they definitely got to switch up. I know something I'm mad. I'm not happy we lost, obviously. But I know it's obviously early against a really good Dayton team, a team that has a chance to go to the Sweet 16. So I'll take a loss like that. Wish we were a little more competitive in the second half, but I'd rather take a loss like that now than later in the season. Biggest thing is, again, that second half, that second win. We played amazing first halves, all these 4 games. Like the first halves we played, we looked like a ranked team. We looked like a team that can make the tournament. The second half, we look like one of the worst teams in the country. It's insane. So hopefully we can, play the way we did in the first half and the second half. I heard the commentator saying something. I don't know if that's like a locker room thing. I think it's fine. Coaching is a great coach. We have a great coaching staff. Really happy with the guys we have. I trust the guys we have. It just takes some time to get used to each other. Again, they're still figuring out their chemistry. Second half, they just got to come out strong. They were like down by 8 or 9, and then they cut it down to 1. So I think they had a lot of momentum, had a lot of confidence going in that second half, and then Dayton just shut them down. So they got to make sure they go into the second half with that same energy. Maybe if there was just no halftime, we'd be fine. Our offensive rebound has been pretty good throughout the year, and our rebounds in general, I guess we were 5th in the nation at one point. That probably dropped a little bit last game because we got out-rebounded pretty good. But Dayton's a really good team. Probably the first team we played this year that's better than us. And then, these going to be a tough task tomorrow. We also have UNM and Texas in December, who are going to be tough opponents. But we also have some of the easy opponents at home, like University of Southwest and Northern New Mexico. That should be able to be wins. I would love to beat UNLV. I think that would do a lot for our confidence. I've been telling everybody, if we're going to be at least UNLV or Dayton, either or, that would tell me a lot about this team because those are both great teams. If we could beat, I don't think we're going to beat Texas, but if we could beat UNM, that's a big rival game. A game that they're definitely going to probably be favored for just because, they've been pretty good at basketball the past couple years. But if we could beat them at the pit, that'd be insane. I think the Dayton game also gives us practice for the UNM game because it's kind of a similar environment. Dayton's a little bit more, gets a little bit more fans. That's no disrespect to the Lobos. The Lobos have a great fan base too when it comes to basketball. But Dayton's just insane when it comes to that stuff. So it's a little bit, it's kind of similar, the atmosphere, but Dayton's just a little bit more. So that'll give us a lot of practice for UNM. Texas, obviously, the atmosphere is insane. If we get a win, that'd be crazy awesome. But we'll see how it all goes. I know it sounds like there's a shift when we win. I'm so happy. When we lose, I'm a little upset. I'm not upset at the guys, really. Again, Dayton was supposed to, I think they're like 16, 17-point favorites. It's just the second half is the biggest struggles. I love the way we started. I love the way we played in the first half. I will say this, too. I just love the way the guys work. They always work hard, even if they're not, doing what they should be doing, like missing shots or not, grabbing every single rebound. For the most part, it looks like the guys are working hard. At first, what I was thinking, too, is I was thinking the guys were just getting stressed off because, a lot of the fouls were called. I think Coach Unis said in a post-game conference, it wasn't something about that. It was, what was he saying? He was just saying, I think they were just, I don't know if they were just tired or what it was. But they'll be good to go. It's just one game. Hopefully they can just bounce back this next game against UNLV. Then they have the Arizona tip-off next week. Gabe Pickens and I believe Jacoby Osborne also are from Arizona. Kind of like a homecoming for them. Jacoby actually got in the game a little bit too at the end of the game, hoping to see him get some buckets, but he didn't really get the ball that much. But again, he's just a freshman. So hopefully, those guys for our future are huge. Another thing I've noticed too is, again, our defense is a lot better. Our shot selection is really good. We take a lot of good, smart shots. They just don't always fall. I think Robert had a couple big threes in the second half, which really helped us out at the start. I can't remember the guy's first name, but this guy on Dayton, his last name Santos, that guy killed us. He had like 23 points. A little bit too much. I think last game, against Dayton, the game we're talking about, was the most, 3-point attempts we allowed. In the first half, they didn't shoot the ball that well at all. Neither us or Dayton. But the second half, Dayton started shooting the ball a lot better. Like I said, Cook went scoreless in the second half, I believe. Again, we just had good looks. They just weren't falling. And it's really frustrating. That's just a home court advantage for Dayton. In our home court, those shots are going to fall down. And as time goes on and as practice goes on, we'll be fine. I don't want to sound too negative because I still have a lot of confidence in this team. It's just one loss. I'm obviously, I understand it. Yeah, everyone's going to lose games. It would have been nice to start off 4-0 because it would have been the first time since the 2011-12 season. Not sure when the last time we started off 4-1 was, but no, it was the 2021-22 season. So if we get that tomorrow, we can match that. We'll see how it goes. I think it's just a great game for them to get better and improve, honestly. It counts as a loss towards our record, but it doesn't count as a loss towards, our conference record. And Conference USA is looking pretty strong so far. Really excited for conference play to start, even though it's not for a little over a month. Still going to be really exciting. Aggie fans, it's just one loss. We're good. 3-1, won our first 3, lost the last one. We'll keep on getting better. This team looks a lot better than last year. Really excited for the future of this program and this season. Before we close the video, I want to talk a little bit about some former Aggies I've been shouting out on Instagram and Twitter. Femi Udikali, he's playing in Minnesota right now. He's actually not playing his best basketball right now. He's not shooting the ball great, but he did reach 1,000 points in his collegiate career. I know he's in his 5th year, but he did it right at the beginning of his 5th year. So if he had a couple other games go his way in his first 4 years, he could have probably got it. A lot of free throws he missed. He would have made his free throws. He could have got it sooner. I'm just messing with him. But hopefully he can start playing a little better. Him, Jalen Jackson Posey, those are 2 guys that are starting for their teams or at least getting big minutes. They're just not shooting the ball well enough right now. As the season goes on, I'm sure they'll develop and get better. I believe it's both their last years. So hopefully they can do some great things. Sanaj Peway's playing very well at Texas. Prairie View A&M in Texas. He's averaging about 15 points a game. Talk about DeJuan Gordon. He's playing the G League for the South Bay Lakers. Actually teammates with Bronny. And he's averaging like 12 and 5. So he's doing really good things. Teddy Allen and Evan Gilliard, they're doing great things in the G League. Serge Bright Rice. Really excited about all those guys. Pascal Siakam scored 10,000 points. NBA. That's awesome. It's great to see all the Aggie players have success. watch our current team have some success. And so hopefully they can all continue to trend. That's going to do it for the video. Please let me know what you guys thought about the game on Wednesday against Dayton. Again, I know I might have sounded a little bit, down. Hopefully I didn't sound too bad. I think I was just giving a strong analysis on the game. And then hopefully, the next video I can be a little more happy and get a win against Dayton. Dayton's a really good team. So I wasn't, I want to say I was surprised that we lost, because I thought, I always think we're going to have a chance to win no matter who we play. I knew Dayton was going to be our toughest opponent. And the guys just didn't come out strong enough in the second half. That's something that they'll definitely will fix throughout the year. It's something they struggled with last year a little bit. We're seeing those same struggles right now, but hopefully, again, they just fix that as the year goes on, and I believe they will. Coach Huden's the right coach for us. Really excited to see how the rest of the season goes. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, please comment what you guys thought about the game against Dayton and what your predictions for the UNLV game is. I'll have this video up tomorrow, the same day as the UNLV game, before that game starts. So if you're watching this on time, when I post it, probably in the afternoonish before the game at 5, you'll have a chance to comment and see how it all goes. Without further ado, that's all I have, and catch y'all next time. Peace.